What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Circus. Today we're going to be going over another live duel. Today we're going to be on the left side here. We have an interesting matchup. We have Gold Pride Goatee, operated by Ta. You know, he was on the Goatee train a while ago. Now he's on the Gold Pride stuff. With a lot of the new stuff, I like the deck a lot, to be honest. And he says there's synergy in this. I don't know what he's talking about, but he said, I got a pile for you. So we're going to be seeing this pile. And on the right side here, we got David playing Branded. I actually don't think he has the new Syac cards. And to be honest, I'm not even sure he's playing Lubellion. I know that he told me that he didn't have the money for Lubellion. Completely understandable. Maybe he's playing the new stuff. I'm not too sure. You know, you could always play the Expulsions as well. But Quem makes the deck a lot better, and, you know, so does Lubellion. But let's see what he can do here. You know, you can just swap him out for Cartesias and go for Granganol, because that's a card. That's a crazy card. So we're going to be seeing here a die roll. Before we get into the video, over to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down in the comment section who do you think is going to win this matchup. And well, let's dive in. I'd like to also apologize for cutting out a little bit of Todd's mat. We had a difficulty with the camera there; it was in line. We're going to see him summon out the Fenrirs as well. We're going to be seeing him also playing hand traps in that deck. Searching for the Fenrir. Powerful start as well. They're going to see E-Teleport. You know, summoning up essentially a tuner here. You could easily go to a Baron, like, you know, after this Yaman summon. Yaman effect here. And that will get you the Shari Hushai. And like right now, you could just make a Baron. Then you're going to normal summon a Shari Hushai, activate the effect, Synchro summon, or Fusion summon, my bad. And then we're going to be going for Carp. Carp can be able to summon out 2 from the deck, probably being the Deer Note as well as either Madame Spider or Wagon here, going for that field spell. And then we're able to search for the spell. Getting that +2 feels real nice in this deck. They're going to activate it here. Then they're going to go for most likely the Jam Drive, I think. Yeah. And that will be able to search potentially for an Ogre or another one. And then Deer Note will be able to summon back out here. And then they can make their Baron. Wow, crazy combos. Going for the Xiamen here, and then Dragon Drive is going to be able to search. For the Madame Spider. And they can banish to summon out as well, which is crazy with that field spell. That field spell is actually just cracked. So many custom cards have come out for strategies in the past few bit. Like, that field spell is a custom card. We were talking with Mathmech. Like, Circular is a crazy card. Even like Quem. When a card leaves the extra deck, okay, crazy. We're going to be seeing the Madame Spider being summoned up by banishing the Ogre. And then it's going to be searching for the dangerous Gabu, which is the Imperm. And then they're going to draw another card. That's 2 draws they've gotten already off this field spell. Going for like a +3. Going for that carry. Carry will activate its effects. And just like, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about here. Getting that Gold Pride. Then we're going to be dumping the carry itself. And this is a pile. They're going to activate, I believe it's a Crowd Goes Wild. Or that's maybe better luck next time as well. They're going to be certain, it just adds them pretty much. That's not the end board, is it? Okay, I was going to say, there's no way. They're going to activate the Leon here that they searched. Or it looks like they're debating it. I mean, they could go for the Baron play. And then they can bring back the carry. Carry can search for the trap, which is also crazy. This is working, and I don't know why, but it looks cool. Lots of cards in hand. We see a Call by the Grave. They're gonna set 3 cards here and pass. It's like, what is going on? And then during the end phase, we're gonna see the Magnificent Carry bounce back to summon out. The other copy of Carry here. Fun fact: this deck actually got 3rd place at our locals. the other day. We had 5 rounds and then top 8. Um, Pretty crazy. Like I don't know how you don't brick. Um, there's a lot of these matches that I record. Like I sometimes record the same person all day, and they're gonna activate crossout designator as well here. And I guess they're trying to think of what to call. They know the opponent doesn't have it. They're gonna banish the goatee, so it can activate during next turn. Oh my gosh, what is this? Holy! I'm not pulling out the goatee card so I remember their names. This like they just activate. That's what are you doing, Todd? What are you doing, man? That's what? That's shift maybe? Yeah, I think that's shift. And then during they're gonna pass turn, and they're gonna standby. His shift is gonna summon himself out. That's ridiculous. That's funny. And then they're gonna normal summon out the Aluber. It's gonna get dangerous Gabood. But if you guys want some like more content like that, that's just live stuff. I might, I don't really know what I can do about it. Like some people want to be like, oh, I want more. Let's say Gold Pride stuff. Like on Saturday, I recorded. I think it was 5 of Todd's matches, and we don't use obviously all of them. But we do use some of the best ones. Sometimes we don't have as great ones if we want to feature like a certain deck on the channel. We can't control what people play at locals. Only really myself I can control. I can ask my friends to play some decks as well, but it's not going to be the best gameplay as you guys saw with the Trap Tricks. We're going to be seeing them go with the Brandon Fusion stuff, going for Mercurier and the Albaz, going for that Rinbrum. Pretty nice card, to be honest. I see this. I actually don't see this play happening a lot, which I think is interesting. I did this versus Purely the other day. It like forced out their Zeus, and I negated it, and then it will go back to the extra deck, unfortunately. But like it's still very good, and you're getting it in graveyard as well, so you can just quick fuse with the Albaz on their opponent's turn. I don't know. It's just I think like people don't do it. Like they're like, oh, this card's like not that great. Like it's good against a Rise Heart. That's it. And then now they're playing with the other one to like out Rise Heart. But it's still a very good card. Like Mercurier is still insane to be honest as well. Like I'm a huge fan of 2 Mercuriers. I mean, I love the Traverade cards, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I don't know. Just Mercurier itself is crazy, and then it's often not an extender, but like a random piece. It also can be reborn off of Quem, which is like pretty nice. Like I can see why people want to play one, but I don't know. Here, do you see them activate? I believe it was a Leon effect, though. Um, they have a few quick. I think they have a quick synchro, and then they have during the main phase they can synchro summon, I believe. So we have Leon that can use the carry in itself, or 2 carries in itself, to go into a 6, which are going to be seen. Then we also have Shiv to go into that, to go into a level 8. I think it's level 2, right? Yeah. So level 8 here. Or it could go for a level 5. Or level 7, I guess. There's lots of options. We're going to see Leon going to go into the Accolopes. Then they activate the effect here. And they're going to be chaining the Shiv to go into the Bicecorn. It's going to activate the effects to banish the itself and a card as one controls here. Doing target the Rinbrum. The Rinbrum was already activated in response to the other one, which is why the Shiv was chained. And then when we see them chain Mercurier on this, and they're going to chain the effects of Call by the Grave on the Mercurier, and then chain a Bestial, oh my god, on the Mercurier so they can get a plus themselves, and it's going to dodge the Call by the Grave. Wow. And then when we go search for the level 5 goatee, the super rare, I don't even know its name. Cinepause, maybe? Sinopes? Still pretty crazy here, but Brandon does have a lot. They have used a Rinbrum, and they used their best card in Brandon Fusion. And then we're going to be seeing the Mercurial effect in graveyard, or in banished, I should say, no, not being negated. Searching for that Blazing Cartesia, which has skyrocketed in price due to, branded hype, I guess. We're going to activate the Branded Cartesia to summon itself out from the hand because there's an Albaz engrave. You know how many times I did that with Albion the other day? I was in graveyard. I was using it as Albaz because it counts as Albaz in its name. Some of my duels were scuffed. We're going to see the Gold Pride activate here. Start your engines, trying to pop, and we're going to be chaining the Cartesia, summoning into that Granganol. And then that Ball Roller is going to be summoned from the deck. Playing 3 of it is pretty nice, guaranteeing the fact that you will be seeing it. And that Ball Roller is insane. I love that card. It's crazy. Like, what are they thinking here? These new fusion cards. Like, we got fusions from the deck. We got fusion monsters that fuse, making balls. Literally, like, what is this? Yu-Gi-Oh is in a great state right now. I think they could fix a few stuff, ban D-Shifter, and like make it a little bit more fun. But Yu-Gi-Oh itself is in a great shape. There's just so many decks you can play, and yeah, you can't like practice, I guess, for all of them. But like, I don't know, it's amazing when there's like a huge format like this, where you can pretty much play any deck you want. I mean, Cash and Super Heavy Samurai are still, huge, and yes, you still have to play hand traps. But that's part of deck building. Like, you don't see Magic players complaining about having to play mana cost. We're going to be seeing Retribution try to add back the Brandon Red, doing that double dump off of the Sorenir, as well as, I would assume, the Albion. They're going to activate Brandon White. Crazy card, by the way. To fusion summon here. And I think they're going to chain the Ball Roller. They are, so they're using itself and carry to go into the new ball. I'm hoping they have another fusion for them, to be honest. And then they'll go for the Mirror Jade. Using that Granganol. Granganol also, you don't need a card in the on the field. You can have that card in the graveyard. It makes no difference to the effect, which is so nice. People are like, oh yeah, I'll pop Granganol, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about. I personally forget about branded opening all the time, but the fact that it doesn't matter, it's in the graveyard, it still does its stuff. It's like crazy. All the branded cards have like 2 effects other than branded fusion. Like, they gave the best card in the deck just 1 effect, and then everything else has a 2nd effect. I guess Albaz doesn't have a 2nd effect either, but like almost every single one of the cards has 2 effects, and they're just so different effects, which is so nice. I don't know. I like that stuff. Even branded in red, you add back, and then you can fuse. We see the Baller being banished by the Mirror Jade there, setting that Albion. Like, even those fusion cards, like if Lou Belgon had a graveyard effect as well, that'd be OP. Like, the deck is still very good, but like the deck, it just, like, what's better than a fusion monster that does stuff in the graveyard? I don't, like, even like main deck Lubellion, like just be having it being so easy to make with the with Albion, and then being able to tag out the Albion itself is just kind of nuts. We're going to be seeing the level 5 being summoned from Todd over here, and they're looking in the graveyard, seeing what they have. You're going to be setting the branded in red, makes sense. I don't think they have. And then branded in white will be able to reset itself. Wait, branded in white has an effect that resets itself? No way. So unless I'm mistaken here, that branded in white should not be reset. It can only reset itself from if it was sent that turn to activate Fallen of Albaz. So if you go activate Fallen of Albaz, send Brandon White for cost. But I could be wrong. But unless it activates because of the fact that it was sent off of Albion, there is no way. That's actually crazy. It's sent off Albion. It's treated as Albion. When it hits the graveyard, it recognizes itself as Albaz. So it resets itself. Yeah, that's pretty crazy if that happens. That's how it works. I'm not too sure. I can see that being a possibility. Pretty nice to be honest, if that is the case. But we are going to be seeing the Grand Granal tag out for the Quertus in a defense position, which is kind of weird. But we're going to be seeing the goatee synchro summons stuff. They just spam out synchros. Not much I can say about that. And they're going to go for the Extreme Session, the big one there that bounces. And so you can bounce 4 here. And they're going to be doing, I think there are three fusions and then 1 back row. I don't think they can chain the branded in red for that, so we are going to be seeing it all being put back in the deck. Oh, is it all the top of the deck? Okay. That's kind of unfortunate there. And then they're going to be able to pop the branded in white. Does not look too good here for the branded player. I'm not too sure where this is going to go. Like, there's so many stuff they can do. We're going to see another Leon being activated here, summoning itself out. Then they're able to synchro summon into a Psychic End Punisher. Their life points are also lower. Oh my gosh. There's no way they can't out this. This is just a scoop, yeah. Use 100% scoop on this. They're going to have the effect pay 1,000, banish. And then, be able to add back and summon out. We're going to be seeing a bunch of the goatee stuff for all you goatee players out there. And they're going to go battle phase, and they're just going to scoop it up, realizing that is going to be game 1 here. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you can do. Like, a lot of these decks, a lot of the times, when you're playing against them, you don't know what they're doing. So, takes a few bit. Like, with Gold Pride, there's, it's still a new deck as well. And a little bit of lines. Like, we know, obviously, the Fusion is a very good card. We saw them stop the Fusion because, they don't want their stuff to be sucked up practically. So they stop the Fusion. Then we see goatees. What are goatees doing? They're spamming the board. They get banished when they leave the field, and they just come back and they make bigger and better synchros practically. So when you're already making synchros with the P.U.N.K engine, you're paying life points. Psychic End Punisher is in the mix somewhere. We're gonna go right into game 2 here. And the quickest siding of my life I've ever seen. We're gonna be normal summoning Kit. I think that's an L. You don't ever play Kit. I think the card's bad. And then we adding the Branded Lost here. So they already have Branded Fusion. They're going to put up whatever card in the bottom of the deck. They're going to play Branded Lost, pray Branded Fusion, activate Branded Fusion, sending that Albaz as well as the Tragedy here. So going for that Lubellion. And then they'll be able to activate the effect, discarding Mercurial for cost, and then Tragedy effects can activate, probably adding them either the Aluber or the Ad Libitum. And then Lost will also add them the Mercurial. On the 2 Mercurial, I definitely agree. And then we're going to be seeing the Ad Libitum. Leaving the Ad Libitum in hand and not banishing off Branded and Red Sun just feels like the right play, because you get that grind of summoning back 2 of the fusions. But now with Quem, it's you also get to Reborn Mirror Jade. It's do you really care? And then they're going to be banishing the Kit. And, pardon me, summon out the Mirror Jade. And we set a card with Albion and pass. Okay, okay. Very standard line. This is pretty much old. This we have two sets. My bad. This is pretty much very old. Um, Tri Brigade, or not Tri Brigade. Old Albaz. We're gonna see the normal summon of Ziam and activate the effect. Gonna get hit with that Mercurier. Pay 6 to do nothing. We're gonna be seeing the Gold Pride effect. So pay 6 to practically get under life points so that they can abuse those Gold Pride cards. So crazy. I think the Gold Pride and Punk synergize so well together. It's so stupid. Um, it's really good because they both. I think the deck like practically the same deck, I guess. We're going to be seeing the Ball Roller being summoned here. Let's get this ball rolling. And they can fuse with cards in their hand, and they know they have carry as well. So you're going to activate the Branded Red using Ad Libitum, Tragedy, as well as the Mirror Jade. And so then they're going to get active effective Ad Libitum, Tragedy, as well as Lost and Chimera. So Lost is going to add Albaz. Tragedy is going to add Aluber. Ad Libitum is going to reborn out the Masquerade. And then Chimera is going to be popping one, drawing two cards, popping the Ball Roller. It needs itself for the fusion materials. So, until they get another one, it's going to be, unfortunately, that's going to be it. And they have a Mirror Jade once again. They're going to have to triple Tactics Talents here. And they're going to be they're going to choose the effect to take. And they're going to be chaining the Mirror Jade to banish the Chimera. They're still going to take the Chimera. They're going to be using both of them. Oh, this is 100% just a Psychic End Punisher. It's level 8 and level 3, so they can go for Psychic End Punisher. That's insane. Wow. The fact that you can do that is just crazy. Like, I don't know. I remember Jason was always stealing my whatever his name is, Mirror Jade in the Branded from scratch. And we're going to be seeing the Leon summon itself out here as well. And then they can get the ball. And they're going to get chaining the Imperm, stopping that, and saying you cannot Ball Roller me. There's no balls. They're putting a block in front of it, and it is not rolling. Also, the Gold Pride stuff is like super high rarity. Anyone else notice that? Like, they got Ball Roller, secret rare. Leon, secret rare. Carry, ultra rare. New carry, ultra rare. They got 2 or 3 spells that are secret rare. Then they got, like, I think 2 ultra rare spells. And you got a lot of high rarity stuff. More than Kashtira, and the deck is not even as expensive. I think we can see this deck at Nats, to be honest. We're going to see the Ogre Dance being searched here. Maybe not the goatee version. I don't think that's sorry, Todd. I don't think that's the meta. And they're just going to scoop it up here. Whereas they have too much. And it's just not going to be enough. That's pretty wild to me. So even with the Psychic End Punisher, I guess they're going to go Ogre, search for like Shai Huchai, Xiamen, Wagon. And unless it's decided out, like they are going second, right? I don't know the deciding patterns of this deck at all. And maybe just he couldn't go for the line he wanted to, and maybe Psychic End Punisher wasn't going to get him there. He did have the Albaz. If he punched with the Psychic End Punisher, it would take them down so that the Psychic End Punisher is affected. And maybe they weren't able to OTK, so they went just right into game 3, not wasting any time. But they will be able to start here, which is the interesting part. Or I guess not interesting part, which is going to be the unfortunate part for Branded, but very good for the goatee player here. I can't believe we saw the crossout designator as an extender. That was pretty crazy. I see the E-Telly summoning out Wagon effect going to activate here, searching for the field spell. We also see anti-spells in the deck. this field spell is great for drawing these side deck cards. They're going to be summoning out the Shaiguchai, activating the effect, pay 6, draw essentially. The fusion summon, then we're going to activate the effect, getting that Deer Note, as well as the Venom Spider. Activate Venom Spider effect here. Pay 6, search for Gabu, and draw a card. Then they can go for a Synchro Summon into Jam Drive. And then Deer Note will be able to reborn. So crazy. Reborn the Shark. And then they'll get to search off of the Jam Drive. Going for the Xiamen. And they can banish for Xiamen. Oh my gosh, this is actually crazy. Talk about a deck that has 2 effects for every card. This is the text. This is the deck as well. All of the punks do this stuff, which I like. I do like it. I think that these are the best kind of cards. Like it's what I want to say what overcomes power creep, but at the same time, winner card is gonna have three effects. We're gonna see the ball roller being summoned out here, and then they're gonna be able to activate the effect to go into the Berserker here, because they're gonna be able to banish the Wagon to summon out the the Xiamen here. And then we're going to be seeing a pass. And almost something out of the Aluber here with resets. We didn't see any of the goatee stuff, though. And it's going to be searching for a branded in red, indicating that they have branded fusion and branded lost. That's crazy. They're going to flip up anti-spell, and oh no. That is rough. They can't even chain the branded in red here because they have no Despias engraved. We're going to be seeing a set 3. And I think this is over for Branded. I really got to say. Yeah. And just pass on this. They're going to beat over the Shaiguchai, and that's going to be that. Wow. We're going to be seeing the first goatee being summoned. Then we're going to be synchroing off into a Baron de Fleur. Crazy card. And now we can just start popping in the back row. Wow. Draco Berserker is not the greatest here, but we're going to be seeing Baron attack into the Aluber. And we're not going to pop any of the back row? What? You definitely pop the back right here. Did they just let them draw for turn? There's no way. Okay. They are gonna pop the back row. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, there's no way you don't. They're gonna hit the branded fusion. Holy! I mean, do you want to hit branded fusion, or do you want to hit branded in red, or do you want to hit branded lost? Like any of the options there, and they're just gonna scoop it up, realizing they have nothing, realizing they cannot beat the anti spell. Really though, anti spell and an Omni Negate just wins games, and then he goes dangerous Gabu. Being able to search for an imperm is also pretty nice. But we see the Gold Pride Punk goatee deck end up taking the victory here. We all love those anti-spells. We love, crazy against Super Heavy Samurai. I think it's going to be good format in general. Being able to hit the Pearly deck as well. But we see going to game 3 here, we see that the Gold Pride Punk player did end up winning. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see any more content like this, let me know what decks you guys want to see. And I apologize once again for the vision loss with the Todd's board there in the bottom right, or the bottom left, I should say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.